What's good, YouTube and Twitch? A bit of a tipsy rant of Ghosts from the Past and reprints from Konami's ass. Seriously, this set had so many expectations behind it, and I think the expectations were fair because this is typically in the March reprint slot and was pushed back in terms of its release. It's now released into middle of April, but for all intents and purposes, we are going to compare this to other March reprint sets. And I think when we're looking through this, a lot of sore feelings over Evenly Matched being the best reprint, which was plucked and custom pulled out of the Starmer structure decks. We should have had this in a $10 product. Instead, it's pieced out. And that $30 value that's been reprinted twice is one of the best values inside of this set. That is atrocious. The new cards overall, we knew Selection 10 wasn't the best, and Dual Overload is the exception, where we have those new cards introduced being a top of March reprint set. I personally didn't expect that to be the case again. You have other people crying about that. I did not expect imports to hard carry. No Crossout Designator, the new Halka Fibrax Lyra of, oh, Halki in this set, Halki in that set. Yeah, Crossout's been that this entire year. I didn't expect Crossout Designator in the import slot. In fact, I'm surprised by some of the imports, such as the TG Shooting Star or the Red Dragon Archfiend New Form, the protagonist / rival cards being in the set. But I expected a little bit better of a reprint than $30 in solid value. We already know Buster Dragon getting reprinted. That is drained value. That is dead the moment it is reprinted. It is gone. That is a 50 cents or less card. It's never going to have its value back. It only went up because it never had another reprint and because of secondary market memes, and it wasn't solid value above $30. Evenly Matched is our biggest solid value. Now, why is that upsetting? What does this do versus other March reprint sets? Nice staples alongside these amazing imports like Impermanence, Signet Mining being a $50 card on reprint, and Gearsuit being a $40 card on a reprint, Fantastical Dragon Phantasme being an $80 card on reprint. Yes, going ahead towards cards that are okay to target even if they be in a mega pack or a later set or something else, covering missed opportunity reprints like Chaos Dragon Levianeer, which weren't in a Megaton. Great job going ahead and past what we would expect while also balancing what might be in Battles of Legend and the Megatons, because there's usually 4 reprint sets a year. The March reprint set is the second biggest reprint set of the year, and right now, this was supposed to have even more than ever. 82 returning cards outside of the 5 ghost cards. 82 reprints, and we ended up here lacking Dragoonities. Lacking just pretty much any solid value out of Eternity Code, Ignition Assault, Rise of the Duelist, and Phantom Rage. I expected not Phantom Rage, maybe some Rise. Eternity Code, surely, and Lightning Storm would have been that solid missing value in the first place. But we go back another one. Evenly Matched, years ago, reprinted for big value. Impermanence for its first big reprint. Ash Blossom again. Do you see what's missing the mark here? The lack of staple-ish cards or reach-ahead cards. Any import that might be game-changing like Utopia Double. Instead, it's these focused archetypes from Selection 10. Missing the mark reprints, not looking at Dragoonity value that you already took away our structure deck for it, and now we don't have the proper reprints to play with. These duels haven't been around. Starstrike Blast, it only has a first edition printing. Like, how are people supposed to get these cards? Maybe you're about to announce Battles of Legends soon after here. Maybe you're going to look for places to piece out the value, but this set as a whole for a March reprint set is hard carried by its chase cards, the Ghost Rares, just as Battles of Legend last year was hard carried by its chase cards, 10,000 Dragon and Utopia. It misses the mark versus the typical past March reprint set. Legendary Collection Kaiba aged better than this will, in my opinion. Now, out the gate, it's still double MSRP. A lot of people are spending. There's a lot of miscommunication. This is a $1 card at $15 MSRP. A lot of people are getting charged $30 because it's done so well in the secondary market. Also, it says Ghost Rares are going to be very rarely in the set. This is not some Gold Series Haunted Mine where you're going to see gold Ghost Rares super often. You're gonna see very few Ghost Rares pulled, as Konami has stated and told you, reading for a Yu-Gi-Oh player is hard. I think this is hard jobbing to the Megatons. Here we have the old description, and there's actually, as of tonight, you know, the release of Ghosts from the Past spoilers by Konami and a full set spoiler. the new wording for the Megatons, released by GTS Distribution as a very nice source, and it reads, "The second piece of an ancient legend stands before you. The 2021 10 of Ancient Battles, literally, on the foundation of 2020 10s of Lost Memories, featuring the middle selection of mysterious pharaonic tablet discovered in Egypt." That means you already know the theme of the 2022 Megatons. Ah, yes, back to the DM era, Yugi versus Kai the God cards, all that stuff. You're stuck with it for another year. We're not experimenting for another full year at least. Most duelists never noticed, but the 2020 10s and now the 2021 10s have embossed/debossed sides with rimless lids that fit flush with the 10 body, allowing the 10s to be stacked on top of each other. Yu-Gi-Oh! Gone wrong sexual, not clickbait. For the top of each other of the pharaonic tablet, one of the three pieces have been established. The eternal clash between the spirits of Dark Magician and Blue Eyes are immortalized in this carving, along with 3 brand new world premiere cards to give these monsters a new boost. Those don't say promos. I don't know how to pronounce that anymore, Konami. It's been missing. Promotional item? What is a promo? So there's putting in, spacing out, giving chase cards within a set, making us go after them instead of just handing them to us. And it seems like promos are lost on Konami. It's out of the March set, it's out of the Megatons, it's out of pretty much every product. The secret rares, well, they're set aside in our $15 MSRP side sets of Legendary Duel Season 1, 2, Dragons of Legend. They're not promos, they're secret rare pulls that aren't in the packs. Like the 2020 10, each 2021 10 of Ancient Battles will contain 3 extra large mega packs, each with 1 prismatic secret rare, 2 ultra rares, 2 super rares, and 1 rare, and 12 commons. Now, to be fair, there were no short prints in the 2020 10, and I'm hoping in this March reprint set there won't be, but Konami has more so been increasing the card pool in order to naturally short everything, making you chase after everything harder, including the chase card. Have you noticed? There's now 10 instead of 8 secret rares and core sets. There's 14 ultras instead of 10. There's, 138 cards instead of 100 in this March reprint set, and a lot of filler. They're making it harder and harder to get any and every good card. So, with this confirmed same ratio and sets being Pog U Hype, Ignition Assault, Eternity Code, Rise of the Duelist, Phantom Rage, and more maybe being Mystic Fighters, people push back on this idea from me because of Dragon Maids were reprinted. They did Sky Striker in both Battles of Legend and Megatons, didn't they? Also, you could see Secret Slayers, other pieces here and there put into the 10s from side sets. We'll wait and see. Math Mechs and Generators wouldn't be bad to see in the Megatons. Here's the new official set description. I think Ghost from the Past, hard job to this when you have so many chase cards that you could have put in. Lightning Storm. You have, I hate to say it, Chamber Dragon Maid around $80. More generically so, though, Access Code Talker from Eternity Code, Animador Archosaur coming in at number 3 off the top of my head. And then you choose Splash Mage instead for the Eternity Code Hollow upgrade. This feels like a nightmarish Battles of Legend, Ghost from the Past, with a full set spoiler. From the missing reprints, to the missed opportunities, to the choices for reprints, to the imports, it feels like a terrible, just awful Battles of Legend more than anything to me. Oh, let's touch on Rise of the Duelist real quick. You could have just included the Dogmatica archetype to make people happy if you wanted a non-specific thing. Triple Tactics talents, you have Forbidden Droplet. We could have touched on that also. Eternity Code had a botched release, also shorted to the players. Rise of the Duelist was shorted to the players. And instead, our top reprint is something that should have come in a structure deck, leaving a sour taste in Duelist's mouths. Yeah, I'm not too sponsorable by Konami, but I'm always going to give you guys straight, sponsored or not sponsored. I'm going to tell you what products I think are good or bad buys. And MCole40, myself, Simo, there's reasons. And of course, we're going to tell you, hey, this product's good for you, bad for you. It's not about our self-importance that they're not going to touch us because we're poisoned to their ideal of, yeah, buy every sealed product, it's really good for you. Oh, yeah, do this. I'd rather be powered by the players. I'd rather have sponsors that I have control of my contracts with. And I don't want to open up a set and pretend to you that War Rocks are something exciting or that Ghost from the Past, I'm happy with my pulls when I'm not. This is the truth of everything. It's not that good compared to pretty much any March reprint set, and it certainly misses the mark in terms of its reprints. While it has unique things that are pretty awesome to be happy for, like Cosmos, and Arm Dragon level 10 is kind of cool, sure. Mist Valley Baby Rock instead of the sorely missed Dragoonities. I think they could have done a way better job, and whoever was in charge of this one needs to really rethink as we head towards future products what a March reprint set has been in the past, not only versus imports from the most recent being the exception to the rule, but past ones of true examples of awesome stuff. That being said, thank you for watching today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these raw, more so conversations off of the stream, off the cuff. I'm really just not happy with how Ghost from the Past turned out and how the scalping has gone. It definitely is going to be an interesting thing to watch. It hit the secondary market when vendors get this in hand and what the actual demand will be there for. Chase cards are awesome. Chase cards can hard carry a set, as we've seen from Battles of Legend, but that's not necessarily healthy, in my opinion at least.